It was just after 11 p.m. on a quiet Wednesday night in Toledo, Ohio. Lieutenant Colonel Adrienne Wallace, a decorated Army officer, was driving home in her government-issued SUV after a long day of meetings. No speeding, no swerving, just the hum of the tires on the road. Sergeant Daniel Mercer, a veteran cop with 15 years on the force and a reputation for control, spotted her car. Bored, coffee in hand, he hit his lights. Adrienne pulled over calmly, as trained. Mercer approached, hand on holster, flashlight in her face. No greeting, just license and registration. She complied, steady and polite. But when Mercer demanded she step out for a sobriety test without cause, Adrienne hesitated, asking why. That question struck his ego. He yanked her door open. So Adrienne, calm and deliberate, switched on her phone camera. Just so we're clear, this is being documented. Mercer pressed on, making her walk the line under streetlights. She passed perfectly. Still, he wrote her a citation for failure to maintain lane. She took it without a word, but in her mind, the story wasn't over. Because Adrienne Wallace wasn't just another driver. She was a leader, a veteran, and she wasn't about to let this disappear into silence. Back at the station, Mercer bragged in the break room. Woman tried to pull rank on me, flashed her government ID like I should care. But one officer, Diaz, froze. Wait, did you say Wallace? Adrienne Wallace? Mercer smirked. Yeah, lieutenant colonel or something. Diaz shook his head. Not something. She's legit. Bronze Star. Runs logistics out of Fort Wayne. She lectured at the academy last year. For the first time, Mercer felt a sliver of doubt, but shrugged it off. To him, the badge meant control. Always had. What he didn't know is that Adrienne had already filed a formal complaint with the Inspector General. Her video was secured. Her legal team was notified. This wasn't about revenge. It was about accountability. Back at her base office in Indiana, Adrienne's aide asked quietly, "You're sure you want to go public with this?" Adrienne didn't flinch. "I'm not looking for headlines. I'm looking for accountability." For her, it wasn't just about herself. It was about every soldier she mentored, every woman told to stay quiet, every Black driver treated as less than human. By week end, Mercer opened a manila envelope in the parking lot. A notice to appear in court. Civil rights violation. Plaintiff, Lieutenant Colonel Adrienne Wallace. He laughed it off at first, but when his captain pulled him aside, the laughter stopped. "Dan, this isn't going away. She's got everything. 2 videos, spotless record, deep connections. This is serious." For the first time in years, Sergeant Mercer wasn't untouchable. 3 weeks later, the courtroom was full. Not with cameras yet, but with uniforms. Police officers, soldiers from Fort Wayne, and civilians curious about what this case really meant. Adrienne walked in wearing her full-service uniform, medals, ribbons, rank clear on her chest. The room went silent. Mercer's smirk faltered. When she took the stand, she spoke with the same calm discipline she used to lead convoys overseas. "I was compliant. I asked questions." He escalated. Her video played first. Steady, clear, Mercer's aggressive tone, his hand hovering near his weapon. Then the body cam footage. Every dismissive word, every unnecessary demand. The air shifted. The jury didn't speak, but you could feel the weight. Cross-examination came. Isn't it possible the officer was following protocol? Adrienne answered without hesitation. Discretion must be paired with discipline. A badge isn't a free pass. It's a responsibility. Then Mercer faced questioning. Did she disobey your commands? She questioned me. Is that illegal? Silence. Did she threaten you? Raise her voice? No. So why escalate? No answer. Finally, if you had known she was a lieutenant colonel, would you have handled it differently? Mercer muttered, probably. The room went still, because that was the truth. He hadn't seen a person. He'd only seen power he thought he controlled. Now everyone else could see it too. 3 long days passed before the jury returned. The courthouse was quieter now. No crowd of uniforms, just Adrian, her lawyer, a few locals, and Mercer at the defense table, jaw tight. Judge Cynthia Morales read the decision. In the matter of Wallace versus Mercer, the jury finds in favor of the plaintiff. The court recognizes a violation of constitutional rights during an unlawful stop and detainment. Mercer's head dropped. Adrian stayed steady. The ruling? $35,000 in damages. The decision permanently entered into record. A copy forwarded to the Department of Justice and the Toledo Police Department for review. No cheers, no applause, just the heavy weight of consequence. Outside, Mercer tried to dodge cameras with a folder over his face. No statement, just silence. Inside, Adrian's attorney whispered, "You could have asked for more." Adrian shook her head. It was never about the money. Do you think it'll change anything? She paused at the courthouse doors. I'm not sure, but maybe next time he'll think twice. A week later, Mercer was placed on administrative leave. Rumors swirled. Reassignment, maybe the end of his career. Either way, the badge no longer shielded him completely. For the first time in years, Mercer was accountable. Adrian didn't linger in the spotlight. No press conferences, no interviews. She went back to Fort Wayne into her work, training, planning, leading. But within her command, the message was clear. You don't always have to shout to be heard. You don't always have to fight loud battles to make change. Sometimes the quietest stance is the strongest. 2 months later, she stood before a room of young recruits. Most had only been in uniform for weeks. Fresh faces, eager to learn. She asked, "How many of you think a uniform automatically earns you respect?" A few hands went up. Adrian nodded. "I understand why you think that. But here's the truth. Respect isn't owed. It's proven. Every day, in every choice." Same goes for power. The badge, the rank, the authority. They're not shields. They're weights. If you can't carry them with discipline, you don't deserve them at all. The room was silent, the kind of silence where something lands. She continued, "When I was stopped that night, I could have yelled. I could have let it slide. Instead, I documented it, filed it, and told the truth. That officer thought his badge made him untouchable. But rank isn't just what's on your uniform. It's how you carry yourself." She closed her folder. Lead with character. Serve with integrity. And never forget, you don't just represent the uniform. You represent everyone who came before you and everyone who will come after you. Authority without accountability is weakness. Silence protects the guilty. But courage, quiet, steady courage, protects the rest of us. Adrian stepped down. No applause needed. The lesson had already landed.